Ys, the ideal utopia. Once a country so peaceful and prosperous. A country where children were as free as the wind. A country where harmony blew through the hearts of all men. Ys, a kingdom ruled by the wisdom and charity of its 6 powerful priests. An empire watched over and blessed by the enchanting aura of its 2 beautiful goddesses. Ys, the seemingly tranquil paradise suddenly pulled from the height of its civilization to the empty abyss of infinite isolation. How could such a land of promise simply vanish from the face of the planet? How could such prosperity be forgotten? The legend has been silenced for over 700 years. And now, the mystery unfolds.
I'll just let that opening narration speak for itself. Welcome everyone, I'm Gunarm Dyne, call me Dyne, and let's play Ys Book 1 and 2 on the PC Engine. That intro just gives me chills every time. This is done in 1990, and they hired some big name voice actors for this. So you are in for a treat. This combines Ys 1 and Ys 1, Ys 1 and Ys 2 into one story. You can tell I didn't rehearse this. But if you let it play out, let the music finish, it will just reset. So I just like to wait until the music stops before pushing start. And we get our little opening menu here. So we have the options of beginning or continue. I do have a test file where I just did a little test recording, ran around getting used to controls. But not only do we have that opening movie, we get this little intro cutscene, which is basically showcasing how awesome this series was from the very beginning. The opening, even in the opening of the remake, doesn't come as close to this one. But yeah, just enjoy this. In the beginning, there was Ariel Font. And the music just cuts off there. Get used to that, because that's the way these PC Engine games work. However, I just love the simplicity of that opening cast roll call. But at the same time, it is so beautiful. That pixel art is fantastic. And you know this is an early entry in the series from the timeline, game-wise, not in-universe-wise, because Adol did not get shipwrecked. What is this? This isn't Ys! No, seriously, this is the early version. In fact, welcome to Asteria. Because we go straight to Minea'nd and that other portent doesn't even get, I don't even remember what it was called. Please wait, swordsman. And walk this way very slowly. My name is Sara. I am a fortune teller. You are the one I've been looking for. Please, follow me to my shop. Oh, okay. Not like we have anything better to do right now. Her shop isn't back in the ship. Why did you walk north? Oh, it's a teleport. Here's my store. Please come in. Okay, well, we can immediately walk around. And so we'll press select to bring up your equipment menu. Basically, main menu. We have nothing. We have nothing. Status, yeah. Basically showcases our stats, how much experience we need, our current level. Save and load menu. I'm just going to go ahead and save over my test file really quick. And, of course, it closes down all the way in speed. I do believe this only affects Adol's walking speed. It can basically be used to help traverse things faster. And walking slow kind of allows for better precision when attacking enemies. I'm going to stick to fast for now. Let's go ahead and check out Minea'nd. Something terrible is going to happen in this country. You are the only one who can save us. However, you'll need the proper weapons for your battles. Please purchase a sword, a shield, and armor from the weapon shop. When you return, I will tell you what I would like you to do. Well, thankfully, we actually do start off with some money. And the weapon and armor shop is on the southeast side of town. My father's the village of Zeptic Village. He seems worried lately. Will you please go and see what troubles him? No, we actually have to get that way first. So you cannot enter any door that's closed. And you have to be careful because walking into people is what talks to them. There's a steep ridge to the northeast here known as Clifton's Cliff. The thieves seem to hide out near there. Have you heard about the man in the black cape? He's a real creep. There's something dreadful about this man. His cape glows a pale light. Beware of him. And don't run into me to talk to me. Okay, so what we want to do is, of course, buy these short swords. Useful not only for battle, but for everyday use as well. It's very handy around the campsite. It'll cost 500 gold. So yeah, pretty expensive. Long sword, Rosé's specialty. You can't find a better sword than this. 2,000 gold. No thanks. Katana. So you got a knife for swords. This is a special sword made in the Far East. Costs 5,000. No thanks. Yep, already very expensive. And Dio's armor shop. So check out the armor and the shield. So chain armor, 400. We're going to want that. That's all we can afford. Plate armor for 2,000. Reflex for 6,000. So we need about 11,000 for the best stuff right off the top of the bat. And shield, small shield. Yep, out of our price range. Middle, 2,000. Large shield, 6,000. So yeah, 18,000 for all the stuff. So silver shield. Some crafty kids stole it the other day. Don't have it anymore. Sorry. So yep. Well, we'll get it for free anyway. So we don't actually necessarily need the shield in order to advance with the plot. However, I'm going to grind up for the money for it and get some levels. Because like I said before the recording session began, this game is grind heavy. And you have to. There's no avoiding it. If you want to beat the final boss, you have to be max level. My big brother was seriously wounded in the abandoned mine. You shouldn't go in there until you're strong enough. Yeah, like level 9 in the original. Or this is the original! Level 9 in the remake! Go ahead and talk to people while they're running around. My grandpa always told me there was a silver sword concealed somewhere near this town. I saw the owner of the trading ship pick up a sapphire ring a while ago. He's the kind of guy who would sell his own mother. Well, that's something we need to remember. Okay, so cure wounds, buy medicine. So, well, we can't afford it, but remember that for later. Cure wounds. So 50 gold to recover 10 HP. You wish to revitalize? No, we can't quite afford that. Fortunately, we should be able to... I think we can just still wait outside and heal our wounds that way. I'm Laird, the poet. My silver harmonica was stolen and I'm lost without it. It's the most important thing in my life. I can't create poems without my harmonica. Oh, what am I going to do? And, yeah, this is a different translation, so Laird equals Rhea. That's just the way she was her name was translated. That's not the most jarring change. I'll say that right now. So, Orange Bar, talk to bartender. There have been a lot of robberies lately. We need to catch the thieves soon. We need all help we can get. Would you like to give us a hand? Bearded man, I don't think I've ever seen you before. My name's Garrick. I've been hired to help hunt the thieves. Would you like to join us for a drink? Hey, sure. I've heard a rumor about a special seed from a tree called Rhoda. It's said that they're the most prized delicacy in the land. I would like to taste them just once before I die. One-eyed man, hey brother, will you listen to my story? I'm Donis. I've lost an expensive sapphire ring that I bought for my wife. I had to work long and hard for that ring. Now I don't dare go home as I know my wife is angry. I'm sure the thieves stole it from me. Oh, well, that's a side quest we need to keep an eye out for. And more people we may or may not have talked about. Thieves have stolen many treasures from the shrine and have to stash them in their hideout. Excuse me, but I'm in a big hurry. I'm Dr. Klaus. My patient's waiting for me. Sara's been acting strange lately. She keeps talking about the end of the world. Yeah, we love to play under the Rhoda tree. That's where we always go to have fun. Yep, 2 and 1 right there. Okay, well, Dr. Klaus, are you... Well, try to decide where you're going, man. Okay, and... I spoke to you. Yep, Mayor of Zeptic Village. Yep. An unusual silver shield, but a weird man in a black cape came and took it away from me. Please get it back from him. Yeah, we kind of needed to beat the game. Alright, Pimp's Trading Shop. So we could sell stuff which we don't have. Even though they're already listed here. Hey, you can't sell me! Okay, I just like this. So, go and buy. Sapphire ring. How about the sapphire ring for your girlfriend? And it's goodbye, only 1,000 gold. No thanks. So, you could get this right away. With this wing, you instantly go back to wherever you came from, no matter how far. However, lighting transportation is expensive. It costs 2,000 gold. No thanks. The mirror. With this mirror, you can stop the enemy in its tracks. However, be careful not to use it too often or it will shatter. It costs 1,000 gold. And silver armor. Sorry, we just sold it a short while ago. What was the man like? Funny you should ask. He was awfully strange. Or a black cape that emitted pale glowing light. Okay, well, basically want to try and get enough money for the small shield and the sapphire ring as soon as possible. Talk to everyone. You Dr. Klaus again? Yep. Parents been looking for a swordsman. You must be him. Why don't you go see her shop? See what she wants. Okay, if you leave town through the outer yard, the gravel road will lead you to Zeptic Village. And that should be everyone. Okay, so yep. Basically, if you're about to leave a safe spot, save. And we get the this arrangement of First Steps Towards War, which is a very, very good one. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is, of course, there's voice acting in this game, and the downside is the audio is not balanced too well, so it can be very hard to hear someone when they're speaking. Okay, yep, just sit still to recharge your feet. So I need to grind to 700 gold. And I want to get to at least level 3 before moving on. And even then, it's going to be a matter of killing more enemies and probably getting enough for the Sapphire Ring, another level or 2, before moving on. So you can really kind of gauge how... my voice is really breaking today. So those tree men are the ones we want to try and kill. They're worth the most right now, but... of course, they can do a lot of damage if we're not careful. Yeah, well, they only give 2 experience. I think they give him more gold. But we'll definitely get a taste of PC Engine soundtrack, because the whole track plays and then begins at the start again. So we want to stay on this side of the bridge. Fortunately, with 1 level up, we will... Okay, that's 6 gold. I'm getting more from the goblins than the tree men? Yeah, it is 6 damage. Okay, 16. Never mind. So 10 versus 16. The goblins are easier to kill. Definitely a good way to do so to start off here. But either way, we'll quickly get to level 2. Oh, yeah, bump combat to send them that. Okay, so, and we only get 1 experience from now on. On the plus side, these guys are now easier to kill. There's 1. Okay, it still takes 2 hits from a slide bump to get them. But this guy... Okay, still 4. Yeah, there's the music right there. So it'll take probably 2 or 3 loops of grinding to do this. But just get a head start early on, and that will save a lot of time later. I want to double check something. So speed... Hey, Lightbox, welcome. Admittedly, I'm kind of used to this, but I'm just doing a recording session for a Let's Play, so all in good fun. Yeah, I do believe the speed setting only affects Adol's walking speed. In the meantime, we are about halfway there. Oh, ow. Yeah, still taking 4 damage with only 25 health. That hurts. That's kind of like how Adol's waving his sword around with his other hand just hanging there. That will change once we get a shield. Come on. Now we could try and fight those dogs, but they will just absolutely wreck us this early on. Again, like I said, that is why you want to stay on this side of the bridge. But overall, the map is a lot smaller than in the Chronicles remake. They added a lot of stuff in that version while staying very true to the original. Mostly side quests. Also, a lot of easier ways to get money. Yeah, come here. So basically, if your defense is high enough, you will not take damage with direct hits. Of course, you want to hit them half a tile on the side. That way they will not be able to counterattack. They'll do full damage that way. They cannot counter. And if your defense is high enough, they won't be able to do any damage on the return blow. But yeah, that's the tricky and yet fun part about this combat. It can just... You never know what's going to happen. You try to hurt me, and what's with the voice crack today? You tried to hurt me, didn't work. That satisfying ding. Of course, a lot more satisfying when it simply means that the enemy cannot hurt you. All right. So there's our level 3, and you couldn't hurt to grind to 4 by chance, but I got what I need.